No losses, I don't do lipo. A few screws loose in the head, I'm a psycho. Promise you the bar, just as real as the bike though. Misunderstood, you can call me a typo. I shine hotter than the stars in the night though. Hate the who's, don't give me a title. Flipped in asset, so I don't worry the price though. Got scratched like mine, no, leave it to the tribal.
Boom, I'm like a bomb in the room. Blow up the spot, everybody gotta move. Life or death, everybody gotta choose. Life or death, not everybody gotta lose. I hear the talking, I just keep quiet. Learn to speak silent, don't yearn for violence. Popping like a madman.
Be careful not to get too close, I might just go.
Welcome back for day 2 of the largest online advertising event of the year. Welcome back to AdWork. Today is gonna be our biggest day yet. It's jam-packed. We have speakers like Seth Godin, Craig Clemens, Neil Ali, Pat Flynn. It's gonna be amazing. And also, don't forget to do business by heading over to the marketplace. Make new friends and chat to old ones. You'll find them in the directory. And of course, we have our perks page. So make sure to grab all the freebies there. This is gonna be awesome. I can't wait. Welcome back for day 2. This is AdWorld.
Watch him make it, break it down.
Next up is Daniel from CTR Accelerator. He's a Facebook and Instagram ad master, and in this talk, he's going to break down his 4 key elements to profitable ads. Daniel, the stage is yours.
Hey guys, what's up? My name is Daniel Hipke. I'm from Germany and I'm helping companies and corporations to scale their funnels with my PCTR loop. Okay, and today I will show you a case study of my own online training, how we scaled it up to 6 figures monthly with this strategy. But first, let's talk about the base of my funnel. I'm always giving 50% focus on my product, landing page, and on my offer. Because when you have a good working offer, it's not too bad when you have not the greatest creatives, for example. Okay, it will work at the beginning, but then of course the creatives is your biggest lever. So the next 40% focus are going to my creatives. And I'm not talking about just one creative, I'm talking about many creatives which are working together in my PCTR loop. Okay, and the last 10% are technique and targeting. As I mentioned before, when you have a strong offer which is working, when you have good creatives, the targeting is not super important anymore. Okay, you cannot make it too bad in this case. Facebook is super clever and the algorithm will deliver you exactly the audience you need. When you have a precise message in your creatives, it will work super good. Okay, and of course, when you are scaling a funnel up to 6 figures monthly, for example, you will have a lot of problems there. You have to solve these problems because this is the only way to get successful. And my biggest challenges in this case, and I'm sure you will know exactly what I mean, is it was the lead quality and also the lead quantity. Okay, in the lead quality, we had a very bad accessibility. And all the people we was able to reach them out, it was more like a persuasion in the sales call. It wasn't like the people was going out of the sales call with a mind like, oh, I really need this online training, okay? So we have to make follow-ups all the time, and this wasn't super fun. And of course you can go to your sales team to give them better techniques to close the people, for example, but the problem is also on another point. We will talk about that later. The other thing was the lead quantity. First, my campaign was running good and then the campaign was crushing. This is super typically, I was super known with this problem. I handled that many times before with my other clients. And the second thing was my campaigns was running well again, but scaling doesn't work. Also is the same thing. We can solve this problem with the PCTR loop. So how do I fix that? Exactly, this is the point. Here you can see my PCTR loop. have a look on the left side to point number 1, which is pitch. Okay, PCTR means pitch, content, trust, remind. And actually it doesn't matter where the user is jumping in, because my theory is that all the users have to run through the whole PCTR loop. Okay, so I can be sure that the people will buy in one day. Okay, we are starting with a pitch phase. We are starting with a performance ad. It's like with a clear call to action. It's like where you are showing exactly your problem solution, like 40 up to 60 seconds. And by the way, a lot of people are telling me you need shorter videos. I think it's not true. You just need videos which are not boring. Okay, I have a lot of videos which are 1 minute 20 and they are working super good. Okay, and this is the point where the most entrepreneurs are stucking at this point, because they have a good performance ad, they are getting the low-hanging fruits, and then they are wondering why it's not ongoing. Okay, because you are not growing your own audience, and that's the biggest problem. A lot of people are also saying that pictures are better performing than videos, and at the beginning this is true, because you will also get your low-hanging fruits easily with that. Facebook is very good to deliver you the right people. For example, when you make advertisement on Google or with native ads and you have a bad creative, you will have no sales for sure. In Facebook, it's a little bit like you have more space to do that, okay? And that's the thing. Most of the entrepreneurs are stopping. They are just making one big production of a very good ad, and they are wondering, okay, it's not working all the time, because the other components are missing at this point. So let's have a view on top to the content point. Okay, here I'm delivering value videos, 3 up to 10 minutes, for example. Can be also a webinar in my case, can be also your Instagram profile where you are delivering these kind of value videos. What are you doing there? You are showing your expertise, you are killing objections. You will see also in the sales calls that the people have always the same objections you have to talk about. And exactly these objections, talk about that in the value videos, because there are many people who are not even opting in because of these objections. Yeah, the people you have on the phone, this is good for sure, but you will lose a lot of people on the point before, which you are not even know. So here you have to show your expertise, killing objections, and this is the content part. In e-commerce, it's a little bit difficult. It's not super necessary to have this big content part, but also you can show your company from the inside. You can show, hey, we're sustainable, we have super good materials and all that stuff, okay, for example. And then we are going to the next point, to trust. Have a look here at the middle. You can see trust, where you can show, for example, testimonials, because before in the content part you show that you are an expert, but now the externals are approving that in the testimonials. For example, Daniel Hübke is really good, he's really an expert in that, what he's doing, blah blah blah. Okay, and also can be an external interview, podcast, external articles on Google, for example. All these stuff is trust badges, certificates on your landing page. All these is going in the phase of the trust. And as you can see right now, it's not all about ads. It's also organic posts if you want, but you can do also everything with ads for sure. Will work also super good. The next part is the phase of remind. Okay, let's have a look here. So you can see we have stories, we have pictures, poll ads, all this special formats and all that stuff. Short formats, which you can see just for a second, for example, a picture, or 15 seconds, a story. Yeah, and also here a lot of entrepreneurs are just making stories, just making pictures. Because it's easy and they are lazy. They say, okay, it's not super necessary to have good creatives, but this is absolutely not true. Okay, so you have now maybe 5 stories and you are wondering, okay, it's working at the beginning, but then it's crushing, the campaign is crushing because the concept is not closed. Okay, have a look on the next point, 5, 6, 7, and 8. This is the same thing in retargeting, where you are talking in a specific way to the same users. Yeah, so you have your own specific audiences where you can talk in retargeting, for example. And when your PCTR loop is closed, it will work all the time because your audience is growing now. You are not just earning your low-hanging fruits, you will get new ones. Okay, and that's exactly the key you need. So you need a concept of ads which are working together. I'm talking about 10 up to 25 different ads. So for example, you can have 3 performance ads, you can have 3 really good content videos and 1 webinar. You can have 1 testimonial ad and a few reviews on Trustpilot, for example. And in the phase of Remind, you have 10 let's say mini ads, okay, like stories, like pictures, poll ads and all that stuff. And for example, we are recycling our stories. We are using our performance ads, and when we are making a performance ad, we are making it directly with 5 pattern interrupts. And then we are testing the different variations. And also we are just using the pattern interrupt in combination with a call to action and made a short story with 15 seconds for our stories. Because when you are really good and you know the AIDA principle, attention, interest, desire, action, you are able to make in your pattern interrupt, in the best case, the attention, interest, and a little bit of the desire phase. You can put that just in your pattern interrupt, which is 3 seconds, 5 seconds or stuff like that. So it's definitely possible to communicate a whole message in 15 seconds, okay? That's the thing in the PCTR loop, and this is solving all of the problems of the lead quality and also the lead quantity. And let's talk a little bit more about the lead quality, okay? We have an incoming and the outgoing lead quality. Most of the people are thinking that the lead temperature is always the same. Like, for example, they are saying my leads are always in a bad quality, or they always have a good quality. Okay, what you cannot really influence just a bit is the point where the lead is opting in to your funnel, for example. Let's just say that your lead has a lead temperature of 30% and he's opting in at that point. So you will not have a lot of fun in the sales call, right? But when the people are opting in with 90%, it's just collecting new clients, okay? Because you don't have to argument or something like this. So that really doesn't matter. Have a look at the left side, you can see the red line, and this is the lead temperature. Let's just say the person saw my performance ad, okay? It's here. The next day, of course, the user will do other things, like he will go to the cinema to work and he will forget you. He will not think all the time about you, okay? So the temperature is going down, and then you have to show another things like podcast. Okay, he sees my testimonial ad, story ad. I'm always there. I'm still there. Here, poll ads. He sees an amazing content video of mine, picture ad, and then he sees my performance ad and he thinks, I really have this problem. I think this guy can solve this problem because he showed me in his content videos that he's really an expert. He built trust with his testimonial ad, and all that stuff is closed right now, you know? He saw the story ads and all that stuff. He's opting in. And now the outgoing quality, which is the point from the opt-in up to the sale, yeah, most of the entrepreneurs try to increase the temperature here with confirmation mail, with another confirmation mail, with a reminder, with an SMS reminder, for example. But all of this is in the best case holding the user on the same temperature when he's opting in. But what we are doing is we are calling our clients before. We're making a setting with them. We try to make the lead hotter, okay? He sees maybe my webinar, for example, and as I mentioned before in the PCTR loop, it doesn't matter for me where the user is jumping into my funnel, okay, or into my PCTR loop. I'm not super familiar with the thought of a funnel. For example, I don't want to force the people to see my performance ad. You have to see my webinar and then you can convert. If someone wants to take the shortcut, for example, for me, it doesn't matter. You can take it, you can buy directly, okay? So if someone sees just my performance ad and he wants to convert, he can convert. So in this point you can see here we have the point webinar, but the point webinar can be also in the phase of the incoming lead quality. So everything from the first impression up to the opt-in. Here it's the content part, okay? Build, show expertise, killing objections, all that stuff. Okay, so we are showing also the people permanently a lot of ads from the point where he's opting in up to the sale and after it also. Okay, then SMS reminder, first call, and then we make the sale, for example. So the lead temperature, as you can see, is not constant. It's walking up and down, and you have to make in summary that you have a really hot lead at that point where he is opting in. As I mentioned before, some people are opting in earlier, some people are opting in later. But when you close the PCTR loop, for you it doesn't matter, because some people are opting in today with 30% of lead temperature, let's just say. And when they are walking through my PCTR loop, they are getting hotter. And maybe later when we make our follow-up, he saw my webinar, he followed me on Instagram, all that stuff, and then he will buy. Maybe then the lead temperature is 90%, for example, okay? This is the IVF principle, and this is the recipe you can use for the PCTR loop, to easily use it for your business. It's innovation, variation, frequency, okay? Or we can say it in an easy way, it's like more ads, newer ads, better ads, always. This will solve all of your problems. This will build up the PCTR loop, okay? When you have a bad ROAS, make more ads, okay? If you have a bad accessibility or lead quality or lead quantity, make more ads, newer ads, better ads. And you will see it will solve all of your problems. When you have an ad concept with maybe 20 to 25 ads, you just have to switch some ads time by time, and the PCTR loop will go on and on, okay? And there are also a few game changers we made, and I will show you 3 of my best game changers in the next charts, okay? Here you can see game changer number 1 was my Instagram profile. And what can the people do when they see your ad? For example, they can swipe up, they can go to the next story, to the previous one, or they can click on your profile. And for sure, when the people see you, they want to build trust, they want to believe you, so they click on your profile. And if you have a bad profile, it will not work. I'm not talking about you need 60,000 followers, you need the blue tick or all that stuff. As you can see, I'm also not having that, but we are using corporate colors, we are using all the functions of Instagram. For example, we are using Reels, IGTV, we have a lot of buttons there. We are using the story highlights. We made all in the corporate colors. The people see, okay, this guy is delivering value. They have a look on a few videos, and it's just to approve that my performance ad they are seeing before was good, and it's just to approve that for the people, okay? And a lot of people are following me, and they are buying 14 up to 30 days later because they are going through the PCTR loop, yeah, and the lead temperature is rising all the time. So don't miss that, yeah. Your Facebook profile and your Instagram profile have definitely to look professional. Doesn't matter if you have a lot of followers or not so much. I mean, if you have a lot of followers, it will be much better. And you can see it's the C in the PCTR loop, okay? Here we are delivering content, killing objections, we are close to the people, we are making Q&As, and this is also working very good for our audiences, but I will show you later also some of my best working audiences. Yeah, showing expertise, killing objections, this was the game changer number 1. Game changer number 2 was showing our landing page video as an ad. Okay, we made it look like an ad. Before we had a very boring video where I just talked 5 minutes, and it was super boring because the ad was super with action and all that stuff, and then the people came to my landing page and they was like, okay, I have to listen now 5 minutes to this bullshit. Okay, wasn't working very good, so we made a great pattern interrupt, we made some thumbnails, We put subtitles for sure. Subtitles is the most important thing. We make it very dynamic with a lot of action, clear call to action at the end, so the people exactly know what happens next. Okay, and that worked super good. It's a short video, 1 minute 20 or something, and the conversion rate was changing totally. Okay, so make your landing page look like an ad, and communicate on your landing page what your product does, not what it is. It's not just an online training, but show the people the result they will have after they buy your product, for example. Okay, this is basic. Game changer number 3 was changing my whole campaign structure. We switched from ABO to CBO, and it wasn't about that I'm saying ABO is not working so good as in CBO. In testing, it's the opposite for me, more or less. ABO is working better there, but we had always an ABO and always an CBO parallel, and yeah, it was changing sometimes. Sometimes it was the ABO which was better, sometimes it was the CBO which was better, but always our ads were so good because we are always used the same strategy, and it wasn't the question which ad is working good and which one is not working. It was the question which ad is the best ad working. Okay, so we switched completely to CBO because it was much easier to handle that, because we can raise the budget easily, we can increase it, we can lower the budget, super easy for us. In combination with dynamic ads, it was like super funny. Our campaign structure was shrinking extremely, was extreme compact and easy to handle, and the dynamic ads works super fine. We have not 10, 20 ads in our ad set. We have just one ad. This is a dynamic ad. Put all your videos in it, put 3 copies in it, and it will work super good. Okay, and the winners of it, we posted to our fan page and used it with a lot of interaction. We collected a lot of comments under our winner ads, and that works also super good, and we used less audiences. Yes, you're right, we used less audience, but we are using very broad audiences. I will show you how we build our own super audiences. These are our winners in total. So you can see in retargeting we have 95% video views of the value videos, and for sure if someone is watching 5 minutes my value video, he's of course a hot lead, right? So this works also very good, but be careful what you are saying in your value videos. The audiences are really extremely different. Okay, top 25 website visitors or all website visitors are working fine, and by far it's the best audience for us. Instagram engagers the last 30 days and last 7 days, because we're making this kind of Q&A and all that stuff. The people are super thankful for this format, and this is working super good. When you are communicating with your clients, it's the best, and that works super good. The last one actually is not working super good, okay, because 95% video views of my ads, the ads are very funny, and a lot of people are just watching it because of its fun and not because they want to buy the product. So be careful with this one. For us it's working also good, but it's not the best one. Then lookalikes, we are also making 1 up to 3% of the previous ones you saw in retargeting. And why we are just using 1 up to 3%? We are using this new function of lookalike expansion. I don't know if you saw it yet, it's new, but there's also the detailed targeting expansion, which you can switch on. And now we have also the same thing for the lookalike. And that shows us that Facebook really loves big, broad audiences and don't want to have narrow, small audiences. Okay, so put it always on if you can. It's not possible to do it with all lookalikes, just with some. And the other thing was, of course, our leads we uploaded for our lookalikes was also working super good for us. And when we are using interests, we are always using just one interest, and we are putting targeting expansion on. What you are doing then, this is the big pool of our Facebook audience, okay, with all the users, and you are saying, for example, I just want to have entrepreneurs, and then you are clicking targeting expansion on, and Facebook is working through the suggestions. Type in, for example, entrepreneur in your interest, and then click on suggestions, and you will see directly that Facebook exactly knows your targeting right now. Okay, so put the targeting expansion on, and Facebook will work around these interests and will deliver you the people with the potential of with the most converting potential, I would say. Okay, so these are our best audiences. This was my 3 game changers. This was the PCTR loop. I hope you got a lot of value with it. Let's talk on Instagram and see you in the next one.